The Galactic Council had been very clear. Article 47, Section 12 of the Treaty of Andromeda explicitly forbade military intervention in the Kepler-442 conflict. Ambassador Z.H. Cross of the Viridian Empire had made certain of that, his mandibles clicking with satisfaction as the human delegation signed the agreement. What the Council hadn't counted on was humanity's creativity. Natalie Chen stood in the departure lounge of Lunar Station, watching the crowd of 10,000 tourists prepared to board the commercial transport ships. She adjusted her sunglasses, completely unnecessary in the filtered station lighting, and checked her floral print shirt one more time. The camera hanging around her neck completed the ensemble perfectly. Think they'll buy it? Logan Rodriguez asked, approaching with 2 steaming cups of coffee. His own outfit was even more ridiculous. Cargo shorts, sandals with socks, and a t-shirt that read, "I survived the Kepler crisis, and all I got was this lousy shirt." They signed off on our travel permits, Natalie replied, accepting the coffee with a grin. We're just concerned citizens, wanting to witness the beautiful binary sunsets of Kepler-4 for to be the fact that we're all former special forces is purely coincidental. The Kepler colony had been under siege for 3 months. The Kresh Dominion, emboldened by humanity's treaty obligations, had invaded the agricultural world with the intention of claiming it for their expanding empire. The 2,000 human colonists, mostly farmers and scientists, had been putting up a desperate resistance, but everyone knew it was only a matter of time. The Council had refused to intervene. The Kresh had powerful allies, and besides, what were a few human lives compared to galactic stability? Humanity had different priorities. Attention all passengers. The announcement echoed through the terminal. Tourist Group Alpha 7, your cruise to the scenic Kepler system will begin boarding in 15 minutes. Please have your vacation permits ready. Logan smirked. Vacation permits. I love it. The journey took 4 days through slipspace. During that time, the tourists attended daily briefings disguised as cultural lectures. They studied maps labeled as sightseeing routes and received souvenir packages that contained ammunition, medical supplies, and combat gear, all carefully vacuum-sealed and marked as authentic local crafts. Natalie ran the operations from the lead transport. As the former commander of the Mars Defense Corps, she'd been handpicked to coordinate what the military brass were calling Operation. Totally not a military operation. The absurdity of it all would have been funny if lives weren't at stake. Contact from Kepler Colony, her communications officer reported. They're barely holding the western perimeter. Kresh forces are preparing for a final push. ETA to Kepler orbit, Natalie asked. 40 minutes. She activated the ship-wide intercom. Attention all tourists. We'll be arriving at our vacation destination shortly. Please ensure your camera equipment is properly stored and your comfortable walking shoes are laced up. It's going to be a memorable trip. 10,000 voices cheered in response. The Kresh commander, war leader Thakana, was reviewing the final assault plans when his sensors officer interrupted. Sir, multiple human vessels entering orbit. Military ships. Thakana's scales rippled with concern. The treaty was clear, but humans were unpredictable. Negative, sir. They appear to be civilian cruise ships. Commercial registration. They're broadcasting tourism itineraries. Thakana relaxed. Foolish humans. They've come to watch their colony fall. Ignore them and proceed with the attack. That was his first mistake. The ships didn't land at the colony's main spaceport. Instead, they touched down at various scenic locations around the planet: beaches, mountain ranges, forest clearings, perfect vacation spots. Also, coincidentally, tactically advantageous positions surrounding the Kresh forces. Logan led the first wave down, his team of 500 sightseers deployed from their transport with remarkable efficiency for people supposedly on holiday. Within minutes they'd established a forward operating base disguised as a camping resort, complete with tents and a sign reading Kepler Adventures Glamping Experience. Glamping? One of his sergeants asked, reading the sign. Glamorous camping, Logan explained, checking his rifles. His telephoto wildlife camera. Command thought it sounded more touristy. The Kresh detected the human presence almost immediately, but they were confused. Their scans showed no military equipment, no weapons signatures, just thousands of humans with camping gear and cameras wandering around the planet. Should we engage them, war leader? His tactical officer asked. They're civilians, Thakana growled. The treaty protects them. If we fire on unarmed tourists, the council will have our heads. Continue monitoring. That was his second mistake. The Kresh final offensive began at dawn. 5,000 warriors advanced on the colony's last defensive line, expecting to overwhelm the exhausted defenders within hours. They made it exactly 400 meters before the tourists opened fire. Natalie watched from the command transport as the battle unfolded on tactical displays. The crash forces, caught in a perfectly executed pincer movement by civilians with cameras, were in complete disarray. "Ma'am, we're receiving an emergency transmission from the crash war leader," her communications officer reported. "Put him through." Thakana's face appeared on screen, his scales flushed with rage. "This is a violation of the treaty. You've deployed military forces." "Military forces?" Natalie adjusted her sunglasses innocently. "War leader, I think you're confused. These are tourists, concerned citizens exercising their right to travel. The treaty says nothing about tourism. They're shooting at us. Self-defense is a universal right." "War leader, your forces fired first. I have the helmet cam footage from at least 40 different angles. Our tourists were simply protecting themselves." She smiled sweetly. "Would you like us to file a complaint with the Galactic Tourism Bureau about the unsafe conditions on this world?" The transmission cut off. The battle lasted 6 hours. When it ended, the crash forces were in full retreat, and the Kepler colony was secure. The tourists celebrated with an authentic beach barbecue, complete with music and dancing. Several enterprising individuals even opened souvenir stands selling, "I fought off alien invaders and all I got was this commemorative bullet casing." KEYCHAINS. Ambassador J. Cross filed 17 formal complaints with the Galactic Council. All were dismissed due to lack of evidence of military intervention. After all, the humans had simply been exercising their right to tourism. That some of them happened to be very well-trained civilians with an extensive collection of sporting equipment was hardly humanity's fault. The Treaty of Andromeda remained intact. Article 47, Section 12 was eventually amended to include a subsection about armed tourism, but by then, 3 more human colonies had been saved by timely visits from vacation groups. Logan raised his Biera local Kepler brew and clinked it against Natalie's glass. "Where's our next vacation destination, Commander?" Natalie pulled up a star chart on her tablet. "I hear the beaches of Tau Ceti are lovely this time of year, and coincidentally, there's a small colony there that might appreciate some ... visitors." They both laughed. The galaxy was learning an important lesson: never underestimate human creativity, especially when it came to protecting their own. The treaty said no military intervention. It said nothing about tourism.